In this video today, you are going to learn the difference between whose and whose. Dans la vidéo aujourd'hui, vous allez apprendre la différence qui existe entre ça et ça. Et non seulement pour apprendre la différence et apprendre comment on est capable de bien utiliser. My name is Daniot Aneus if you are new on this channel. And then I am there for you to level up your English, to help you speaking English well and understand English. Thank you for choosing the channel. What you have to do now is support the channel when you share, when you like, and when you comment below to say how the video is for you. I'm coming back just to teach you the difference between whose and whose. Welcome back. You are going to learn about whose and whose, make a difference between them, and then know correctly how to use whose and whose. Okay, the first is pronunciation. The most important is pronunciation. You must be able to know how to pronounce this or this and make the difference between them after. Premier bagage de faire, c'est connaître comment pour prononcer yo. Et deuxième bagage là, c'est connaître qui différence qui existe entre yo et connaître comment pour employer chaque séparément. This is what I'm going to be teaching you. Alright, pas oublier, n'a pas prendre ensemble, nous toujours aller slow, moi mes commentaires yo et n'importe ce qu'on gagne, dis-nous pour nous améliorer parce que n'a fait pour vous. I'm not perfect. M'pas parfait, m'a toujours parler dans sens quelque monde, m'a toujours garder les pas fait j'en pensé à, but voyez petit commentaire pour nous. Écris nous personnellement et il y a des gens qui écrit nous sur WhatsApp, puis il y a tellement de problèmes parce qu'il y a pile de monde qui écrit nous parfois. Il doit nous répondre nous et puis pour la message va descendre en bas net et nous pas gain ça seulement n'a fait. Nous avons pile d'autres activités personnelles que n'a fait. Thank you. Okay, you finished to take your seat. Ou fin prendre siège ou chita, you sit down and you have your earphone ou gain casse dans oreille. Okay, let's go. This is pronounced as whose. I mean, this is silent. You do not pronounce this letter. Ou pas prononcer lettre ça dans mot ça. W. Do not pronounce W. You have to pronounce H. You stress the H. Ou accentue H là. Et puis, ou prononcer reste là. You say whose. Pas dim whose, dim whose. But many people say whose. It's not because they see this letter, which is W. W doesn't pronounce in this word. W pas prononcer dans mot ça. Pas dim whose, dim whose. Whose. Parce que c'est H là qui est accentué. W a pas prononcer. Okay, I say whose. 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 All right. And this. This, the same thing. This letter doesn't pronounce either. Let ça pas prononcer non plus. W doesn't pronounce. W pas prononcer non plus. You say who. When I'm talking about qui, I say who. You know, who. Qui es-tu? Who are you? Not who are you. Because you do not pronounce W in this word. Pas prononcer W dans mot ça. And why they have the same pronunciation? Pour qui ça? Est-ce que c'est une coïncidence? Oui, ça a la même prononciation. It's because here I have S and here I have apostrophe S. C'est parce que là, moi, j'ai apostrophe S, là, moi, j'ai S. Nous suivons une vidéo déjà qui me fait pour montrer S final dans mot yo, comment yo prononcer. Si pas regarder vidéo ça, regardez, côté ou pas craindre S final dans mot yo, comment yo prononcer. Good. Now, you understand that they have the same pronunciation. You get même prononciation. All right? You get même pronunciation. It's clear. C'est clair. Vous prononcez ça comme whose et ça prononcer comme whose. Ou bien prononcer ou pas prononcer W. Good job. Now, what is the difference between them? This is what I'm going to do. C'est ça que je vais faire pour là. The difference is because whose is the contraction. It's the contraction of who is. When I say whose, I say whose is the contraction of who is? Qui est? Qui es-tu? Ok? Who is? Qui est Jacques? Qui est tel bagay? Who is Maria? Who is Luke? Who is tel bagay? Instead of saying who is, native like saying whose. They love contraction. They make contracted form. Okay, I say who's your mother? Who is your mother? I say who's your mother? That helps you to speak. That help you to speak natural, more natural. Ça aide à parler plus naturel. You say whose or who is. Okay, who is c'est qui est. Now I have the question word. Si vous ne regardez pas vidéo sur question word que nous fait déjà, regardez là, ou après la passer question word. Ça veut dire WH questions. Question qui gagne WH yo. Eh bien, who, il veut dire qui, c'est un question word. And is the verb to be in present simple. I say, who is Natasha? Who is Luke? Who is Johnson? Who is? Okay, let me give you an example just to make you understand, make you clear, make you near. I say, who's talking to you now? Who is talking to you now? Qui est en train de te parler? Who is talking to you now? I have who's, the same pronunciation with this, but it's not the same thing. Who's say who is? No what? Who's say who is? Who is talking to you now? Who's talking to you now is the contracted form. C'est forme contractée à who's ye. As soon as you hear somebody says who's, comprendre que li vle parler quand la parler dans contexte ça, in this context, ou capable ouais c'est who is que li dit, li mette sous forme contractée qui c'est whose. A second example, who's your mother? Who's your mother? Who's your mother? Who's your father? Who's your cousin? Okay? Who's, but remember you use who for identification. You use it for person only. Vous utilisez who's pour personne seulement. Alright? C'est comme ça que vous utilisez. I finish with the first one. You know whose is the contraction of who is. Nous apprenons que whose c'est forme contractée de who is. Alright. Faut pas dans confusion là, on dit l'autre là. Now let's go with the second which is whose. Whose c'est deuxième là. Deuxième là, you know the difference is when I have this is the contraction of who is, and this, it's not a contraction. It's the same way, the same pronunciation with this, but it's not a contraction. Why people think about that is because they hear the S sound. C'est parce que autant des sons S là. Eh bien, ils ont toujours pensé, le fait que autant des sons S là, c'est presque même bagarre, ou du moins c'est une confusion par rapport avec ça. But the second is whose. As I've mentioned before, it's the same pronunciation. C'est même prononciation. But you use this for possession. When somebody possesses something, you want to know the owner of the thing. You want to know the person who possesses that thing. You can ask this question. Okay? Who does it belong? You want to know who does it belong? You can use whose. Ou capable d'utiliser whose. Là, vous voulez connaître qui est-ce qui possède tel bagay. Like, I have my car. But you want to know if this car belongs to me. Vous voulez connaître si machine ça li appartient à moi-même. But you ask question. Ou juste poser question. You say, whose car is that? Whose car is that? You want to know whose is it? Belong to. Who is it? Or the owner. You want to know who is it? À qui est cette voiture? But il traduit par à qui met. But you watch the video about WH questions. Vous regardez vidéo sur WH question, but you can watch again to understand clearly. The first example is whose car is that? Not only car, I can say whose marker is that? Qui met marquer ça? Whose marker is that? I have a second example. This example is whose pen is this? Whose pen is this? Qui est-ce qui met plume ça? À qui appartient? Qui met li? Qui est-ce qui gagne plume ça? Vous voulez qu'on le mette li? Ah, Like I have my key and it falls down. On the ground. I don't see it, and then I'm looking for my key. I say, oh my God, where I left it? Ki kote mwen te kitel? Ou ba te tout problem? Et puis gon moun ki di, whose key is this? Qui met clé ça? Oh, maybe it's for Daniel, or maybe it's for Jack, maybe it's for Luke. Yo pose question avec whose. Là ou besoin connaît moun ki yo possédé. But the conclusion is whose and whose have the same pronunciation, but this is the contraction of who is, the contracted form, and this is not contracted form, but you use it when you want to know the person who possesses, who owns something. Is it clear? Est-ce que clair pour vous? Now, I got a little trick for you, which is what's the correct? What's the correct? C'est qui ça qui correct là? Hein? Yeah, tell me what's correct. A or B. You're gonna see together. Comment below to say what's the correct while watching the video. Commentez pour dire qui ça qui correct pendant que vous regardez vidéo. Let's go. Who's teaching? This is a question. Who's teaching? Who's teaching? If you didn't see, c'est pas trop pas t'abjam qu'à imaginer presque. C'est sens grammaire là qui va le permettre qu'on devine qui ça y a dit. Who's teaching? It's B or A. It's A or B. Can you tell me that? Comment below. Comment in the section below to say what letter it's supposed to be. Qui lettre supposé? Tell me. All right, you finish? You say some people say A, some people say B. All right, but we're gonna see. Just gonna help you to show exactly if you understand. Basically, if you can say exactly what it is, you gonna show that you understand this course. Okay? Pral sur pral montrer que vous comprenez tout ça aussitôt que vous capable faire cet exercice là. Good. Who's teaching? Who's teaching? All right, we're gonna see. Can I say who's teaching? No. You don't want to know the owner of teaching. Ou pas besoin connaître qui est-ce qui possède tel bagage, pas gain appartenance là. Est-ce que là? OK. Eh bien, est-ce que m'pas ka di who is teaching? Oui. Ça c'est une action qui a fait. Who is teaching? Now I can say the first one is this. Who is teaching? All right. Letter A. Now let's go with the second one. We got letter A and letter B. The same with the first. Whose teacher is that? Whose teacher is that? Whose teacher is that? What's the correct? Qui ça supposé correct? Whose teacher is that? Whose teacher is that? A or B? Est-ce que c'est A ou bien est-ce que c'est B? Qui ça qui supposé correct? Comment below to say what's the correct? Commentez en bas pour dire qui ça qui correct. All right. Okay. You finish? You done doing it? You finish? Okay. Now, let's see. I'm going to show you the correct. I'm not going to tell you what is the correct, but I'm going to show you what's the correct. You're going to see yourself. Okay. When I say whose, this whose is who is. Can I say who is teacher is that? Est-ce que grammaticalement correct? Is it grammatically correct? I'm not sure. It's not correct. I cannot use is and use is again there. Moi pas qu'à utiliser is deux fois dans phrase ça, ça pas fait sens. Qui est who is teacher is that? No. Il pas fait sens. D'accord? M'a demandé qui est professeur ça? M'a pas dit who is teacher is that? No. M'a capable. M'a dit whose teacher is that? Pas ça? Whose teacher is that? Okay? I cannot say whose teacher is that. It's not correct. I can say whose teacher is that. Now let's choose the second one, which is correct. Whose teacher is that? Okay. Whose teacher is that? Now, let's go with the last. The last is who's in the car? What's the correct? Who's in the car is who is in the car. Is it correct? Who's in the car? À qui est? You see? Donc, n'apprend letter B. Letter B is correct because I say who is qui est dans la voiture. Qui est ça qui dans la machine? I don't have here possession. Moi pas gain possession là. I cannot use whose. All right? Good job. Now, I finished with this exercise just to make you clear about whose and whose. This, lorsque il y a appartenance, vous avez besoin d'identifier possesseur. Et là, lorsque vous voulez parler, vous voulez dire identité en monde. Qui est tel monde yé? I hope you understand. If you like this video, do not forget to like and comment below to say how it is important for you. Share the video to all your friends so that more people can find and watch and understand and make the difference with this video between whose and whose. Thank you for making your time to watch me. Remember, my name is Daniot Aneus, and do not forget to go to the description to see what we left for you. Bye-bye.